Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Joy of Puzzles. Today I have for you the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition of puzzle called Link's Ride. This was published in 2016 by a company called USA-opoly. USA-opoly is probably best known as the company that publishes those various versions of Monopoly we've all seen through the years at our local toy store. Obviously they've expanded their brand to include lots of other games. Those of you into board games probably know them. The artist for this puzzle is not given, though it is a licensed product by Nintendo, so the credit goes to the Nintendo team and the talented folks there for creating this little piece of artwork. The strategy for today's puzzle, well, it starts out with two people, so it's a little bit different than normal. The border, of course, is first in this case. But then what happens is, because two people, one person on one side of the puzzle, one person on the other, well, one guy gets to work on Link, and the other person gets to work on whatever's on their side of the puzzle that is interesting and distinctive. And in this case it was the purplish mountains and the fort that's kind of in the foreground, kind of hard to see. The plan after this was to work on the bright dirt patches amongst the green grass, of course, and then any transitions from sky to terrain, those are usually easy to build. And then you get into a little bit of the grind. You start in the sky with the glowing portion and work your way outward. What you do eventually find is that you have to reverse your thinking and work from the dark side in. When you have the pieces left, you end up with too many intermediate colored kind of pieces. This puzzle is 550 pieces. The total build time was just over 2.5 hours, pretty normal for this size puzzle. And as usual, I'm going to review the puzzle. All of these categories are on a scale of 1 to 5. The first thing I'm going to review is the puzzle material quality, the paperboard itself that this puzzle is printed on. I'll give this a 3. Very normal, exactly what you'd expect. The pieces were rigid enough that you didn't feel like you ran the risk of breaking off any little small tabs if you did put one in the wrong spot, so that's what you want out of a puzzle. After the paperboard is the actual cut of the material. I also give it a 3 here. We did find a couple pieces in the bag that were not fully detached, but other than that, everything fit together cleanly. There was never really any doubt about where a piece went. You didn't have to worry that you had accidentally pushed into a spot that it didn't belong. No problems like that. Difficulty. Well, I'm going to give this one a 2. It is a 550-piece puzzle meant for a young adult. So a score of 2 is not a bad thing. It's all about what you're looking for to do. If you're looking to kill 2.5 hours with your kids or your teenagers, this is a fun little puzzle. It's a subject they know, or most of them will anyway, know who Zelda is. Link from Zelda. So 2 is appropriate for this. The next category is my very subjective frameability. Would I ever seal this puzzle and hang it on the wall, or if it was a poster, would I buy it and put it somewhere? Well, let's all be honest, it's not fine art. It is still The Legend of Zelda, but at the same time, frameability, I'd give it a 3. If you're a young kid or a teenager and you love Zelda, this is a nice little poster you could have in your room. So maybe not for me as a grown-up, but it's still some decent artwork here. The artist did a very good job. The transition of colors, the sky, all very well done. I would overall give this puzzle a 3. It is exactly what you expect it to be. No surprises. Again, it's perfect for young adults and a couple hours of entertainment for the family. You can see that by this point in the puzzle, I have done all the easy stuff, trying to focus on the sun and the whitest, lightest pieces of the puzzle and expand outward from there. But it turns out there are two bright spots in the puzzle if you look closely at the box, and there's a transition in between them, so that's what made this little hunt and peck section taste a little bit longer than it should have. I'm still working on my lighting and glare issues, so I apologize. Hopefully that will be cleaned up in the future. Here we have a guest appearance, briefly, by my 6-pound Yorkie poo by the name of Shadow. She will appear in other videos in the future. She enjoys the couple minutes she gets to spend walking around on the table and exploring the area. In the background, she is probably just jumping on my leg right now, asking to be picked up. By this point in the puzzle, I have flipped all the pieces to try to get a handle on the hues of blue and the transitions that exist in the clouds. I start switching from light to dark and dark to light, trying to take advantage of the distinct colors that I can find in the puzzle box. Particularly nice part about puzzles of this nature that are artwork instead of photographs is that while the sky is blue, there is plenty of change in the color that you can put it together without a true hunt and peck method of every color is the exact same color. Every piece is the exact same color, and you have to go piece by piece by piece in every position. So I do like this type of puzzle a great deal. I have a lot of puzzles that are artistic as far as they were representations of paintings or done by Disney or the such, that those are one of the big advantages, that it makes these pieces at the end not as tedious as they might be, whereas if you were doing a puzzle with a huge sky and it's just one shade of blue with a couple clouds, that can take a long time to get through. As we come here to the end, you'll see that after the puzzle is built, I disassemble the puzzle and I put all of the edge pieces in a little sandwich bag. That's so the next time I build the puzzle, or if I loan it to a friend or a family member, they can save 20 minutes out of their puzzle time by not having to sift through the box. Some people would say it's a cheat. I say it's not. Again, it only saves 20 minutes. You still have to build the whole thing. But it's a nice little surprise for somebody. I'll also make a note inside the box about the last time I made the puzzle, month and year, and was it complete or not. And as usual, I will ask that, hey, if you enjoyed it, if you like the puzzle, you like the story that goes with it, click the like button, and thank you very much.